Hello.
Hello. Welcome, sir.
आवाज ऐकू येतं?
Yes, sir. ऐकू येतोय. Welcome.
ओके, ओके.
Morning summary, morning biodata for roll number 9.
Yes, sir.
Plus, start kara sir, please.
Good morning, all of you. Myself, Nagesh Bontewad, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, Department of Marathi, Dagdojirao Deshmukh College, Waluj. HRDC Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, Marathwada University, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, Madan Mohan Malviya Teacher Training Program. Today's second day of short-term course, Skill Development and Futuristic Technology. Now I would like to read biodata, eminent personality, Dr. Vijay Pandharipande, a former Vice Chancellor of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, Marathwada University, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar. He is graduated from VRSC, now VNIT Nagpur, MTech, PhD in EC, Microwave and Radar Engineering from IIT Kharagpur. After serving as a scientific officer in TIFR, Mumbai served as a faculty member at Radar and Communication Center IIT from 1974 to 1983, joined as a professor CE Usmania University in 1983 and served till retirement in 2009. 2009, served as a director CEME Emeritus Professor before serving as a Vice Chancellor of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, Marathwada University, Aurangabad. From 2011 to 2014, his research guide, he guided 14 PhD scholar and published more than 160 research paper. He was a coordinator of 2 World Bank projects, successfully completed several research projects sponsored by DOE, DRDO, DSIR, AICT. He got various awards. Best Teacher Award, Government of Andhra Pradesh. Sir Vishweshwaraya Award from Institute of Engineering, Anna University National Award from IST, 3 awards from IET Delhi, including Ramlal Wadhwa Gold Medal. He continued to teach at EC Usmania University even at the age of 75 and has a unique distinction of teach and Usmania University for 4 decades. His writers in Marathi with 32 books to credit. He has trained thousands of scientists, engineers, faculty members in radar and communication engineering. By organizing workshops and short intensive courses, he served as a head dean at Osmania University and first director of VNIT. Now I will request today's resource person, eminent personality, Dr. Vijay Pandharipande, sir. Please, sir, guide us. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I'm really happy to interact with you today on 2 important topics, which are really, as the title, it can be said that skill development on one side and futuristic technology on the other side. I think, as I can see, there are 2 distinct aspects. So I shall deal with also separately because they're not that much interrelated. They are totally different. So I really appreciate Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, his academic staff college. I think the name is changed now to organize such a course for young teaching faculty. The first aspect is, as you say, skill development. So let us think, and before I start this lecture, there is one instruction to all the participants. Number 1, my lecture of approximately 3 hours is going to be purely interactive type. I do not expect only one-way traffic. There must be proper interaction, doubts, questions. I expect a lot of questions and lot of participation from the uh, faculty who are attending this course. So be alert, and if you do not agree to some of my points, you can say so. If you have new ideas, different ideas other than what I am talking, you are free to mention it, stop me at any stage. Of course, I will, maybe after half an hour or 30, 40 minutes, I shall open the matter for discussion. But in between also, if you want to interrupt me, you are free to do so. The second aspect is there is a small assignment or homework which I expect all of you to do, and I have to tell it in the beginning itself. What we have to do, therefore, you have to be alert in listening to my lecture. What we have to do, after my lecture is over, within half an hour, you have to send 2 questions, multiple choice type. You have to frame 2 questions, multiple choice, with 4 answers, probable answers, with 1 answer correct, based on what is the topic today or what I have discussed. And give those 4 options, out of which 1 must be correct, and send it with correct reply. Means there will be 4 options, A, B, C, D. And according to you, whatever is the correct reply, you send it to the coordinator immediately within half an hour by email. What will happen that by the end of afternoon, by the afternoon session, he will collect all those questions. So suppose, let us say there are 50 participants, 50. Then he will have 100 multiple choice questions. Then he will distribute all those 100 questions to you. You are supposed to give a reply and give the solution to the coordinator. I hope this is correct. Please remember, at the end of my lecture, within half an hour, I think 30 minutes are good enough. You have to frame only 2 questions, simple question. Make a statement, let it have 4 answers and 4 options, and also give the correct answer according to you, and send it by email to the coordinator. This is a must as far as the participation is concerned, because that will show how actively you are involved in this session. Now, talking about skill development, what are the skills which are expected? Number 1, from a faculty, and obviously from the students, because we are all discussing education, higher education. So all of us are teachers. We deal with students. We deal with fresh batch of students every semester. Now earlier it used to be annual system. Now it has become semester system. So every semester you deal with at least 50 to 100. I do not know nowadays strength in your class, but approximately 50 to 100, in that range, fresh students you deal every semester. Therefore, as a teacher, as a good teacher, what skills you are supposed to have, and what skills a graduate or a postgraduate student is expected to have when he goes for a job market. Number 1, obviously, is what is called as communication skill. That is really a very, very important, prominent thing which is required from anybody. Very good communication skill. Sometimes you may be academically good. Your grades are very good. 80%, 90% marks, or all A grades somebody has got. But we always see that people are not able to fluently talk. Forget about in English, whether, of course, the nausea or fear of English language is always there. with everybody. But forget about English language. In your own mother tongue, whether it is Marathi or Hindi, Gujarati, whatever it is, are you able to express in your own mother tongue? I feel that, except few, there is also a problem in expressing in our own mother tongue. What it means that whatever point you want to make, whether in a debate, whether it is in discussing in the class, are you able to convey the message the way in which it was supposed to be conveyed? I mean, the other party which is in front of you, in our case, it is always students. So are they able to grasp the idea, the point which you are making, both orally and writing? Now, as far as writing in lecture is concerned, for faculty, it is what you write on blackboard. Of course, now we don't call it now blackboard. I think most of the classrooms now have whiteboard, and you write with that colored pens, etc. Some of you might be using what is called as PowerPoint presentation also, because especially in subjects like science, where a lot of figures are to be drawn, if you do it on the blackboard, time is wasted. Therefore, people nowadays prefer ready-made PowerPoint presentation, where already that figure is there and you show it on the screen to the student. Now, that material, when you are preparing the PowerPoint presentation, how it should be, how PPT's slides are to be prepared, there also there is a technique. There is a skill there. You must have seen that most of us, in fact, as you can see now, today I am not showing any slide. And even in my normal lecture also, even if I send some slides to the coordinator of the course, I don't discuss those slides. Those slides are given as a bonus, and I talk ex tempo, because that is also equally important, that the points which you are making, can you be fresh in your mind as far as the various points are concerned. So these writing skills for a teacher, whether it is a blackboard, for example, when you are drawing a figure, let us say, I do not know whether some of you may be a mathematics teacher. So in mathematics, if you want to draw a coordinate system, x-axis, or you want to draw a graph, x-axis versus y-axis, and draw some graph, I have seen many people that they draw these lines which are not even straight lines. They draw haphazardly, very casually. So this casual approach, see, I can agree that everybody's handwriting is not beautiful. Many people do not have a very good handwriting, beautiful handwriting, because that is a natural thing. But your handwriting, always you can improve by practice. Always you can improve by practice. So if your normal handwriting, cursive handwriting is not good, maybe you can write in capital words. That is the alternative. If you write in capital words, generally the handwriting looks okay. And then in that writing, if it is English, spelling must be correct. Whatever drawing you are depicting, it must be accurate. X-axis and y-axis, x-axis and y-axis must be at 90 degrees exact, not at 120 degrees. I mean, that accuracy is very important. If you are drawing some figure, it must look like that figure. If you are drawing a tree, it must look like a tree. If you are drawing a boat, it must look like a boat. So these things are very important as far as your presentation is concerned. Similarly, your body language is also equally important. Are you facing the students or not? Or always your back is at the students. You are facing back to the students. Many teachers, they only keep on writing on the blackboard and they don't look at the students. This eye-to-eye interaction, or what is called as eye contact, straight eye contact, is very important in any communication. Very important in any communication. Then another thing is verbal communication. When you are talking, you must be very careful in using in language. Now that language, we don't expect a literary language in classroom. It must be very simple language. You don't, except when you are teaching Marathi literature or Hindi literature or a language subject, English literature, that is different story. But when you are teaching chemistry, physics, mathematics, or subjects like that, people don't, or computer science subject, people don't expect a literary language. Your language has to be very simple, clear to understand, and without any grammatical mistakes. Many people have problem with pronunciation of the words. You have to pronounce the words properly. If you do not know the pronunciation of a particular word, nowadays it is very easy. You can always refer to the Google dictionary. Many sources are available and you can always improve your pronunciation. Always speak slowly. Many people, they go like a express train or a Rajdhani Express, khad, like that, they keep on talking. That is also not proper. Your modulation must be very good. And I can give, I do not know, your generation might not have seen, but there was a radio announcer. His name is Amin Sayani. I think his program on Radio Ceylon that time, was very famous, Binaka Gitmala. So if you see, of course, he used to talk in Hindi, but as an announcer, a radio announcer, if you see his pronunciation, it was really excellent. And on YouTube also, there are many speakers, and one I can also tell you, if you want to adopt anybody, there is a person called as Vikas Divyakirti, Dr. Vikas Divyakirti. He takes classes for IAS, IPS, that UPSC examinations. Easily available on YouTube. So the way in which, he delivers the lecture and the way in which he talks, he speaks is really beautiful, excellent. Of course, he talks in Hindi, but excellent. Another person, I can also give an example. There is one professor of physics from IIT Kanpur. Of course, he is retired now, Professor H.C. Verma. His lectures, although he teaches the subject on physics, but his lectures mostly are in Hindi. He talks in very, very good Hindi. So you can see how a simple language, in very simple language, he communicates with the students. Not only that, after his retirement, he goes to the village and takes classes for village students, poor students in the field. In field, he takes the classes. All they are sitting in the field on dari, and there is a blackboard, and very, very nicely he teaches in the field. So these are some of the examples. And now I see technology is also coming to a great extent to your help. For example, with PPT, lot of information you need not remember. You need not waste time in writing big equations or derivations on the blackboard. Directly, some slides can be made, charts can be made, even good charts are available. nowadays. Educational charts are available for various subjects. Directly market, they are available. Or if you want to communicate, suppose you have not understood a particular concept or topic, go to YouTube, just or Google and type that thing. You will see at least 2 to 3, 4 lectures by excellent teachers on the YouTube. You will not believe, after my retirement, there are many concepts I got cleared. I mean, about my own teaching in electronics and communication engineering after retirement with the help of good teachers on YouTube. Any lecture, for example, we study a concept of logarithm. We study trigonometry in your school, and we do not know what is the application of this trigonometry in actual life. We do not know. So those things are very clear when you see such. And the beauty of this lecture on YouTube is these lectures are hardly half an hour duration, because for any person, if you want to grab his attention, the maximum duration you can grab is 20 minutes or half an hour. Therefore, these lectures on YouTube, they are half an hour lectures. So your concepts get clear. I think since you are, I was told that you are either assistant professor or associate professor in young age. I'll give you an example, for example. All of you in school have learned a theorem in geometry that sum of 2 sides of a triangle is always greater than third side. I'm sure all of you have learned it. How many of you know the application of this statement or theorem in practical life? Let us find out. Well, I'm just questioning you. Raise your hand and try to answer that there is a statement everybody has learned in school that in any triangle, sum of 2 sides of a triangle is always greater than third side. Where this concept is used. Suppose students ask you, sir, you have told this statement, but what is the use of this in my life? Where can I use it? What is your answer? Come on. Come on, raise your hands.
While measuring the length of the house or home also.
No, that is that you can measure with a scale. They see.
No, if
There is-
scale
there
is
is-
not available, the height.
No, there is a concept. Concept is sum of 2 sides of a triangle is greater than third side. It is a theorem. Or मराठीत आपण त्याला प्रमेय म्हणतो. प्रमेय. In Marathi it is called as प्रमेय. Okay. What is the use of this statement in practical life? Is there any व्यवहारात याचा काही उपयोग आहे का? Is it useful in day-to-day life? If it is not, why are you learning it? Everything has a purpose. You see now, because of your accreditation system and other things, always in your syllabus, you have to say, what is the objective of this course? What is the objective of this subject? Program objectives, course objectives, these are to be written, and all those objectives are fulfilled or not. That is what is asked by accreditation people. So what is it? Tell me, what is the use of this statement? Come on. Yes, madam, you try. Madam, you are telling something. Let us see whether you can still go into it. Right? या प्रमेयाचा व्यवहारात, रोजच्या व्यवहारात उपयोग आहे का? कुठे आपण ते डू वी यूज इट इन डेली लाईफ? How many participants are there?
Sir, it is not useful in day-to-day life, but it is useful in professional life for measuring
is-
something.
Huh?
It is useful in professional life, sir.
How is it used?
Sir, if there is an engineer, he has to take some measurements and all.
Yeah, you take a scale and measure. Yet, where is the use of this theorem? See, you are making a statement. You are making a statement that in any triangle, sum of two sides of a triangle is greater than third side, which is of course a fact. Students will ask, Madam, yes, you have told a fact, but so what? Suppose he says, so what? What do I do with this statement? Where I can use it? What is your answer? You said it is used in professional. Where is it used? Tell me. Where is it used? Tell me the example where we are using it.
Sir, in the transportation or for calculating the survey, or it is used for addition of two sides is equal more greater than third side.
How it is? How it is
Particularly in
used?
the Google Map, searching the shortcuts or such type of.
Yeah. Come. Yeah, you are.
This is used
Google
for
Map
the Google for searching the shortcut, or particularly where to congested the road and how to go in a quick way.
Anyway, you are mostly, 80% or 70% correct. In fact, if you want to reach from one place to another place, A to B, the shortest distance is always a straight line. Okay?
Yes, sir.
If you join it by straight line and any other distance, when you go on to by this way or that way, it will be bigger. And in fact, now when you are using Uber taxi or Ola taxi, and when you sit in the taxi and you say, let us go to the airport, right? What does he do? He go by the shortest route. And that shortest route is calculated based on this principle. Always that third line, which is, and the other two lines, this third line is the shortest line, which joins A to B in a straight line. Okay. But there is another thing. This is, of course, one way correct. That when you sit in a Uber taxi or Ola taxi, he always go by shortest route. But there is one but. You must have observed that sometimes he doesn't take shortest route. Although it is, you can run quickly. It is shown that it is a shortest distance. But he takes a longer route and gives you some explanation. What is that explanation?
Conjunction, traffic.
Yes.
Easy way of road.
Yes. What he will say, sir, this is the shortest route, but let us go by the other route because signals are less, there is no traffic, and we can reach early. So what happens? Although the distance is short, but time spent is more, and by other route, the distance is more, but the time spent is less. Now it depends on whether you as a customer are interested in saving time, or you are more bothered about shortest distance. Because if he goes by shortest distance, petrol spend, fuel spend will be less. Where he go by longer distance, he has to spend more fuel. So why I gave this particular example, that correct answer is not always the optimum answer. Correct answer is not necessarily the optimum answer. Same thing, when you go to a doctor and tell your problem, he will also try this medicine, try that medicine, then do this, do that. Always, he may not give a shortcut. So sometimes it takes longer time, but it gives less pain, it gives you less trouble. Treatment may be longer, but it takes. So and there also expenditure in the treatment is another factor. In some treatment, time may be more, but amount spent will be less. In some cases, he does, okay, let us do operation. He will say, I will do operation and finish it off. So he does it quickly, takes more money, but we don't know about relief, etc. So please remember, in your teaching profession, don't insist that every question has a unique answer or same answer like that. Student may have a different approach in thinking. That also must be respected. That also, just like we gave an example, that driver was telling that other side, there are no signals. And so we have to, although answer was not that way correct, but you go by the other way. So these are the skills, very important skills every teacher must possess while in the classroom. Then only the teaching or deliberations in the classrooms are interesting, enjoyable. Unless your lecture is enjoyable, students will not attend the class. Now all of you must be facing the problem of attendance. Why students are not attending? Because classes are not, lectures are not interesting. They are not enjoying. If they are enjoying, I can bet you, they will attend the class. I have taken classes on Saturdays and Sunday, holiday. 99% attendance. Just 1 or 2% students because of some reason. But even on Sunday, they come. They feel that, if you give them a feeling that if I do not attend sir's class, I will lose something in life. That feeling he must have. Right? Now, another scale aspect of this skill development is behavioral skill. How you behave. Both students behave with the teacher and teacher behave with the students. Teacher behave with their own colleagues, juniors, seniors. How you behave. This behavior is very important. I remember, I cannot forget, we had a very, very, very senior teacher at IIT, Bengali of course. He was guru of my guru. I mean, what you can call as a grandfather. Means I did PhD with some person called one teacher, and this person about whom I am talking is PhD guide of that guru, guru's guru. And he was a very senior person. When he was the head of the department, I was just a lecturer. And now you call it assistant professor or, assistant professor, lecturer. You know, if any work is there, if he wants to tell me any work, he will never call me through attendant. Nowadays, what do? If principal has done some work with you, he will send a peon and say, principal is calling or head of the department is calling. But this gentleman, very senior, he will never call you through attendant. What he will do? He himself used to come to my room, our room. See what is the greatness of a person. He will come to our room. Then he will say, first he will say, Pandharipande, how are you? What are you doing? What is going on? Like that, 1 or 2 minutes. And then he will say, what he will do? He used to take my hand in his hand. See the action. He will take either my hand in his hand or he will keep his hand on my shoulder and then say, Pandharipande, tomorrow some team is coming for inspection or some discussion of the project. We have to prepare some presentation. Can you do this? You are a better person to do it. Can you do it? See, despite you being junior, he is giving so much respect. He came down to your office, not he called you to his office. This type of gesture is required. You must respect your colleagues, whether he is junior or senior, doesn't matter. They must respect you, you must respect them. This, how you behave in team, how you behave in a group, how you behave in a meeting, when meeting is going on. There is a thing called as art of listening. Art of listening. Very, very important. People always want to show how great they are, how wise they are. So they keep on talking. Sometimes they talk even nonsense in meetings and disturb the whole atmosphere of the meeting. So art of listening is also very important as far as the teaching is concerned. Another thing is questioning and doubting. Questioning and doubting. How are you taking class? Your class always is go at 10 o'clock, keep on talking for 1 hour, keep on talking, one-way traffic. And as soon as 11 o'clock period is over, you leave the class. You don't discuss, you don't ask questions, you don't interact with the students. I'm not making a general statement. Maybe some of you may be doing it. So please don't take it offensively. I'm not offending anybody. Some of you may be trying, but encouraging student to ask the question is mostly missing in many classrooms. In fact, all our ancient literature, Hindu literature or our ancient literature, is based on questioning. It is all question and answers. Let us say, that is that Bhagavad Gita, the best book, the book which is considered as the most philosophical book in the world, one of the most philosophical book in the world, Mahabharata. What is it? Question and answers. Arjun had lot of doubts, lot of questions. So as soon as he is there in the warfield, he keeps on asking questions. But what we do in the class, we keep on only narrating the facts, how it has come, why it has come, why are you learning this, what is its importance. That we never tell. Sometimes, yes, you can tell, yes, it is not required, you can find it. But there are certain things which teach you how to think logically. Directly, you may not be able to use it in the practice. But it has some relation. Not only that, in various subjects, you learn various concepts. And we do not know that how their things are correlated. I will give you another example. Of course, I being a student, I'm an electronics engineering student. Mostly I can give examples in mathematics or things, but I'm giving examples which are very preliminary and school level example. So it's not high level mathematics or high level. For example, in school again, you study three things. In geometry, you study what is called as slope of a line. You know, there is a slope of a line that you study in the geometry.
Right.
In trigonometry, you study sine, cosine, and tangent in trigonometry. Okay, slope of a line, tangent. Then when you go to slightly higher level thing, there is thing called as differentiation. dy by dx. There is a differentiation, dy by dx. Now I do not know whether we have some mathematics teacher or here. I want to know, is there any correlation between dy by dx, slope of a line, and tangent of an angle? Is there any mathematical teacher? Is there? Raise your hand. Any person in math, even science teacher also will do. He also is supposed to know. Physics teacher, chemistry teacher, mathematics teacher. Is there or not? First, let me know, is there any teacher from physics or mathematics or computer science? Is there? Nobody is responding. Please respond. Coordinator.
I'm a biological science teacher, sir.
Are you aware of these three terms which I have talked about?
No, sir. I'm
No,
from
you're-
the biology.
Biology, but you don't know these things. Okay, doesn't matter. But in school, I think these are common. I mean, trigonometry, at least everybody knows. The sine,
Yes,
theta, cos.
trigonometry, sine theta, cos theta. We are aware
Yeah.
of. Basic we know, sir.
Okay. You may not know that what I am talking about dy by dx, but tan theta
Yes,
you
yes.
know.
That's
And slope of a line also you know.
yes.
Okay, tell me, is there any relation?
No relation, sir. Just we have mugged up all the data. And
Ah.
practically it is of no use now.
Yeah. No, it is useful, madam. It is very much useful. Just now, if I tell you the answer, you will be surprised. Is there anybody else? Physics teacher?
Sir, particularly, I'm not belonging in the science faculty, but still, I am trying to at my own level.
No. You belong to what faculty?
Psychology, sir. And
Okay. You had mathematics in up to 12th?
no, sir.
Huh?
No, sir, no.
Okay. You want to try? Tell me.
This learned from my daughter, sir. She is in now 12th standard. She says
Very
for
good.
a sine, cost, and that all these what you say trigonometric useful for the rocket science.
No.
For launch.
That is, I am not asking where it is used. See, what I have given, there are three aspects you study in different courses. As a matter of fact, slope of a line is taught in geometry. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Tangent of a theta or whatever it is taught in trigonometry. So even topics are different. Even dy by dx is taught in what is called as calculus. I think since your daughter is in 12th class, right? Go home and ask this question to her, that what is the correlation between dy by dx, tan theta, and slope of a line. Yes, anybody wanted somebody I saw whispering?
And here
Anybody?
I add one line, sir.
Please tell me. Yeah.
When you reference to the Mahabharata, then Krishna is the first counselor of the world.
Krishna, yeah. Correct. You have to be counselor. Yes, correct. You are correct. So it is all question and answer. Even that Yaksha Prashna, you call it, no? Yaksha Prashna. There are a lot of things where it is a doubt. You don't believe anything. In fact, if you want to progress in science, you don't have to believe anything. That's why long back people, he said Earth is round and it is moving, and sun is there, Earth is moving around sun. Nobody believed it because we had different concepts. That all scientists like Newton, Galileo, they were tortured. any new concept since you are a psychological student, you know what happened to psychologists like Socrates and other things, is it not? Whenever you want to make a new postulate, new idea, it is always questioned, and it is better to be questioned. Okay, doesn't matter. But the answer to that my question was, although those three topics which I uttered, slope of a line, tangent of an angle, and differentiation dy by dx, although you study differently, they are same. They are exactly same. Their meaning is exactly same. Why I gave this is, we do not go deep into the subject ourselves as a teacher, and therefore it doesn't trickle down to the student. It must trickle down to the student like a rainwater. Unless it trickles down deep into the soil, the proper crop will not come. Proper crop will not come. The same is applicable in our classroom. So always art of listening, art of questioning, encourage questioning is very important. Another thing, when you behave with your colleagues, with students, build bridges, not walls. Build bridges, not walls. Most of our behavior is that we are building walls, and not bridges. One department person doesn't talk with another department person. Science teacher will not talk with Marathi teacher or Hindi teacher. Hindi teacher, Marathi teacher is afraid or having an inferiority complex in talking with a science teacher. All are equal. Engineering teacher, science teacher, arts teacher, craft teacher, games teacher, they are all equal. They are first teacher. Skills may be different. That is a story different. But because if you talk with each other, maybe you can get some idea in your teaching. There, who knows? When you are teaching a concept in science, you may adopt some question or some idea from literature. And that only can happen when you discuss with people. Unfortunately, over the tea break or during the canteen period, or during the lunch period, we don't discuss, we don't talk. In fact, it is said that there is a very famous thing. When, old scientists like Newton, etc., they were all basically professors in the university. So always in the night, they used to discuss and go in a bar or a canteen, let us call it. Instead of bar, let us call canteen. And over the table, they used to have a lot of discussion on what inventions they have done, what are the new ideas they are getting. And they used to write those ideas on that table. At that time, the table used to be white marble table. So you can easily write with pencil. All those ideas which they are getting, they used to write on the table. And they used to tell when night 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, when they leave the canteen, they used to tell that servant that don't rub this. Tomorrow we will come on this and sit on the same table. Don't rub this. Don't wipe it. So such discussions are very important. So another skill you must develop is mix with the people, mix with the society, talk with. If you don't know the meaning of a particular poem, let us say in Marathi, right? In Marathi, you don't know some poem, then ask somebody that what is the real. For example, in Marathi, there is a poet called as a Grace. it is very difficult to understand his poems, his poetry. There is a hidden meaning. There are more than one meaning. That can happen when you explore through discussion, talk with each other. This is very important. Okay, so build bridges, don't build walls, discuss with, mix with another faculty. Faculty means arts, science, engineering, medical, all, something you can get from somebody. Because nowadays, everything is correlated. Do you know somebody, biology madam is there now? You are taking biology, is it not, madam? Somebody was telling biology, am I correct? Hello? Any biology teacher is there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you are telling. Now, do you know that as far as our body is concerned, there is a mathematics in body. All the distances from one organ to the another organ, that ratio, I am talking not absolute distance, ratio, that is always same. There is a concept for example, body mass index. I think all of you must be knowing whether you are healthy or not healthy. That is just by your body mass index. That is your weight and your height. That ratio they call it, right? Sometimes they take the ratio of chest, hip, etc., etc. So there are different things. So it is all related with mathematics. And your health can be judged whether that ratio is something. Even when you go for diagnosis, they give you a range of something. They measure your count, blood count, this count, pulse count, this count, and they say, if it is within this to this, you are normal. If it is exceeding, there is some problem. If it is too less, there is a problem. Blood pressure, for example. So if you just see the concept of a blood pressure, which is a common thing, everybody knows it. It has a mathematical thing. How blood flows in your veins. What is the speed with which it is flowing? What is the pressure it is exerting on the nerves or veins through which it is flowing? So it is all science, biology, it is all correlated. So let me take, now we are it's 11:50. I have talked about nearly 50 minutes. On whatever I have talked, do you have any questions, doubts? And let us discuss for a few minutes. Because as I told you, I believe always in two-way traffic, not monologue. It must be a dialogue. So if you have a dialogue, if you have a question, and it need not be related directly with what I have talked. In general, if you, as a teacher, if you have any question, you can ask. Not necessarily directly related with this topic also. That's why everything, because after all, it is a good teaching. We are aiming at good teaching, good delivery of the topic, quality teaching. Okay, matter is now open for 10 minutes for discussion.
Sir,
Come
I
on.
have a question.
Please.
How to inculcate the habit of scientific attitude amongst the particularly art students?
What
in the rural area.
attitude? What attitude?
How to inculcate the scientific attitude,
Okay.
particularly in the parents or students also, or particular girl students in the rural areas, because they are not easily accept the new things or such type of changes easily. Maybe there may be some
No.
lack.
First of all, I do not agree with your statement.
Okay, sir.
That they are not interested or they don't accept. No, because
sir, no.
they were listen. They were not told. They are not told. If they are, let me tell you. See, all those you are talking about, are they not using mobile phone?
Yes, sir. They are using easily.
They are using. They have not learned English.
Yes, sir.
Most of them, they don't know English, is it not?
Yes, sir.
But still they are sending message. That spelling mistake may be wrong, but still they are able to call a particular number. Even illiterate, I have seen illiterate, a boy or a girl on street who has never entered a class or school is able to use sophisticated mobile phone today. A sabji wali on the street is using Paytm device. She is not taking 10 rupees from you, note. She says, pay by Paytm. Auto wala is asking payment by scanning the code. So, problem is we are not, you have to find out the ways. That will come through questioning and discussing. I am telling you. Unfortunately, we don't sit together. We don't question each other. We don't express doubts. Right? I will ask you a simple question. You are teacher in what?
Psychology, sir.
Psychology, doesn't matter. But up to 12th, did you have a mathematics, etc.?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now I'm telling you, you must have heard that area of a circle is pi r square, is it not?
Yes, sir.
This you know?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, you know it. Area of a circle is pi r square. Or forget it, that pi is still difficult. If there is a
No,
rectangle.
sir, I know the value of pi, 3.14.
Okay, very good, very good. But I'll still make job simple. Instead of a circle, let us take a rectangle. What is area of a rectangle? Length into breadth. You know this? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now tell me, one student asks, sir, you are telling this length into breadth. How this formula has come? Is there any answer? Can you answer him that literally the area is equal to length into breadth? Have you thought how this formula has come? And how you can convince, let us say, your 5-year-old daughter or 8-year-old son that area of a rectangle is length into breadth. Forget about triangle or this thing. And I'm telling an example this because you are all शेत. तुमचं शेत जे असतं त्याचा जो एरिया असतो तो रेक्टँगल असतो. रेक्टँग्युलर शेत असतं. मग तो लेंथ मोजतो, विड्थ मोजतो आणि लेंथ इंटू ब्रेड करून त्याचा हा इतका एरिया आहे. हा फॉर्म्युला आला कसा? हाऊ यू कॅन कन्व्हिन्स कन्सेप्च्युअली का खरंच लेंथ इंटू विड्थ म्हणजेच एरिया? याचं कारण काय आहे? इव्हन आपण टीचर असूनही लेक्चरर झालो आपण मोठ्या विद्यापीठात शिकवतो. वी आर टीचिंग इन द युनिव्हर्सिटी. वी आर ड्रॉइंग अ बिग फॅट सॅलरी. But we do not go deep into the subject. We assume, we accept. No, as a teacher, as a student, you are not supposed to accept anything on face value. Learning is always questioning. So basically, to answer your question, through discussion, through deliberation, right? By looking
Yes, sir.
looking around, listening around. Now, please remember what words I have used. Looking around, listening around. There is a difference between hearing and listening. There is a difference between seeing and looking.
Observing.
No, looking.
Looking. Okay.
Yes, dictionary means see. If I say, hear, listen, it both mean the same thing. You do it here. Is it not?
Yes, sir.
But if there is a language teacher, he must know that कोणत्याही भाषेत, in any language, if there are two words, even if their meaning looks same, yet there is a difference. So hearing and listening, there is a difference. We hear, you don't listen. You are hearing my lecture. If you listen my lecture, you will understand my lecture. You listen to the music. You listen to the concert. You don't hear music. You listen to the concert. That is the difference. So similarly, seeing and looking. When you go to the head of the department with a problem, some student go to the head of the department with a problem. What he will say, I will look into the matter. He will not say, I will see the matter. He will say, I will look into the matter. When you say he look into the matter, he will study it. So there is a difference between hear and listen, look and see. So if you understand this, then you can explain that so-called village girl. Let me tell you one thing. According to me, the definition of a best teacher is if you can explain to your illiterate grandmother what you are doing and what you are teaching, then you are a good teacher. Your illiterate grandmother who has never gone to school, if you are able to teach what you are teaching in the class, or you are able to convince, then you are a good teacher. Otherwise not. So effort has to be done by you as a teacher. Okay. Any other question?
मी कर रहे क्या हाँ लगा कर रहे पंडरी पांडे साहब बोल रहे कौन विजय
बोलिए.
एक्स कुलगुरु विजय पंडरी पांडे पांडे
Yes. Any question? And don't hesitate. I'm telling you. Don't hesitate even to ask a simple or foolish question. Even if the question is simple, even if the question is foolish, I'm telling you, I do not know is the great possibility. I do not know. You must be able to frankly tell. If you ask me many things, I can admit I do not know. Okay.
Sir,
Ask.
sir, here I explain in our college a good practice is that we have conducted many programs and record all the programs.
Yes.
Then after upload it on our college YouTube channel, and then after we make a QR code of it, and that QR code is circulate to our college students WhatsApp group. So
Good.
those who are unable to come in our college, they are easily attending that program or such type of. It's a good activity. Inspired.
Good. That is good.
Chhatrapati College Pachod.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
And that practice really appreciated by the DAC committee also, sir.
Good.
Even in our college library, there are all paper QR codes.
That's good. So you are using new technology. Our next topic is new technology.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So you are using the technology. That is a must.
And
And
sir,
another
sir.
thing is make
hello, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, in my college garden,
Yes,
each and every plant is having the code, that is QR code. On the basis of QR code, identify the plant. In
Okay,
QR code,
good.
mention the botanical name, family, and some medicinal uses of the plant.
Good. So such things are, you must make a learning enjoyable experience. Then only students will come. Don't blame students that they are not attending classes. I always, when a teacher says attendance is poor, teacher is responsible, in my opinion.
Sir, we developed the innovative programs. Now the students attract towards.
Tell me.
Different types of, if you develop the different types of the innovative programs, the student attract towards. Suppose the preparation of the post-up. If you take the one topic that is millets. Now 2023 is a millet year. My department install one program to prepare the different aspects regarding the millet, like the types of millet, cultivation practices of the millet, second is diseases of millet, nutritive value of the millet. Now, this is a good aspect. Due to the particular poster presentation, student attract towards the department, and at this year, the student strength of the department is increased.
Good. That is very good.
So,
what I mean to say, another thing is, whatever, a Mumbai, Pune teacher is teaching to a metro city, same thing may not be applicable in some small town in Marathwada region or West Maharashtra region. Things are different. See, when you move from one higher institute to lower district, depending on the gathering, depending on the crowd, your delivery methods have to change. Even many times, I always, my talk also will differ depending on the crowd. You have to immediately change depending on the crowd, because you have to talk in the language of the crowd. Right? Suppose I keep on telling you stories about my IIT experience, you will not appreciate, because the IIT is different, Usmania University is different, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University is different, Dharashiv is different, Bid is different. Everywhere, local problems are different. Local culture is different. Local language is different. I have to talk in that language. I have to understand their problem. And talent is there everywhere. Let me tell you very frankly. Don't blame the students that we are getting poor students. No. In fact, it is a challenge for a teacher to convert that poor student into an intelligent student. That is our job. Why are we blaming that he doesn't know anything? They all come from generally I have seen in postgraduate level, they will blame, no, undergraduate, he is not taught anything. Nothing was taught. When he comes to undergraduate, they will say, in schools, they are not taught anything. CBSE syllabus is hopeless, or central state syllabus is hopeless. So always there is a blame game. One is blaming the other. No, you take it as a challenge. Yes, I have this raw material with me. How do I convert it into a civilized person with proper understanding of a knowledgeable graduate? How can I convert him to a good graduate who has some knowledge, who can speak, who can express, who can write like that? Okay, next. Yes. Come on. Session has to be interactive. What are the other skills you feel that they are important? I have told something. Have I missed anything according to you? Have I missed anything?
Sir, here I add one point is how to learn students life skill, like adjustment, sharing our experience with other, or even adaptability with the new atmosphere, or communication skill, maintain the personal relation, social relation, social life.
This is always through stories. You have to
Okay,
tell good stories, encouraging stories. Okay, examples. There are a lot of examples around us, right? For example, I tell you, are you aware of Ubuntu? Have you heard the word Ubuntu?
Ubuntu, yes, sir.
What is it?
Uh,
What is the principle of? No, tell me one line principle of Ubuntu. If you have
we all
understood,
have,
what is a one line statement of Ubuntu principle? You see, you say I know it, but you are not able to tell it. That is another thing. Expression, I feel that I know it. For example, I feel that area of a triangle is length into width. If I ask how it has come, I do not know. So I asked Ubuntu, you said, yes, I know. But when I asked what is one line principle of Ubuntu, we do not know. So surface level knowledge is not sufficient. Okay, anybody else knows Ubuntu principle? Let me tell you, it is a very good principle, which just now this gentleman was telling, how to encourage students, how to, motivate them. And so people use the concept of Ubuntu. It is an African philosophy. It is African philosophy. This word is an African word, and it is Ubuntu. And the basic line of this principle is, I am because of you.
yes, sir.
I am because of you. Now, how to explain this? I'll give you, of course, I'll tell you, first let me tell you a story. To explain this story, what they do in Ubuntu. I think there was a picture also. Ubuntu, I think Marathi
Yes, sir.
movie has come. Marathi movie has come. So they tell one story. What happened? A teacher in the school, he arranged a competition, running competition for a students. So there are 50 students. 50 students, they are standing and at a distance of 500 meters under the tree. Some 500 sweets are kept. 500 sweets are kept. And there are 50 students. And teacher says, you run, all of you should run. Whosoever will come first will get all 500 sweets. Okay? Whosoever comes first, he will get all 500
तो
sweets.
अगले आधे घंटे तक ऐसे ही चलता रहा तो अपने को पूछेंगे तो नहीं, क्योंकि मैं आधे घंटे नहीं वो नहीं ऑन होगा.
Somebody is, you should mute. Somebody is talking unnecessary. Okay. So when the teacher says he will, a student who will win the race will get all sweets. And he says, 1, 2, 3, go. What do? They hold hands together. All of them run together and all of them reach that tree together. And that 500 sweets, they all come first, and these 500 sweets are distributed equally to all of them. Sharing. It's not, nobody wants to come first. They want to share their joy. So, joy of I have come first is nothing before the joy that we all have come first. Is it not? So this is very important. I am there because of you. I'll give a very beautiful and scientific example that all of us live in cooperation. This human society, or what we call it as Homo sapiens, they are all, our existence is only because we live in cooperation. For example, I am wearing this shirt. you are wearing a shirt. I do not know from which field the cotton for the shirt has come. And who was the farmer who has, who had that field, owner of that field. I do not know to whom this cotton was sold, from which mill the threads were made for the shirt. I do not know where the shirt was colored, coloring was done. I do not know where this cloth was stitched, where this collar was made. I do not know where the buttons of the shirt, they are from different countries. Who knows? The buttons were made in Singapore. They were imported from Singapore. Collar was made somewhere else. And packing was done by somebody else. This shirt was sold somebody else. So just this shirt which I am wearing is contributed by at least 50 people in the world whom I do not know. So that is cooperation. We all live because of others, not because of, we should not say I am because of I am so and so. No, you are nothing. You are because of somebody else. You are because of your father, mother, grandfather, your teacher, your neighbors, your friends who help you sometime. It is because of them you are. Sometimes he is the doctor. There was an emergency. He helped you to recover from that emergency. All because of that you are there. So such encouraging stories are to be told to the students. Then only, otherwise, teaching a subject is something that they can do it also. If you are teaching some concept in psychology or some concept in botany, he can read it in book, no? I'll see, up to 12th class, if you have told them how to read and write, he can read botany book, he can read history book, he can read geography book, he can read a poem. He doesn't need a teacher to understand a poem. Because you want him to pass an examination and write an answer which is expected by him or her. Therefore, he needs a teacher. Otherwise, to understand a subject, you don't need a teacher. I'm telling you. And nowadays, with this latest technology, the teacher has become totally irrelevant. There are better teachers on YouTube on any topic you want. So don't raise your collar that this subject only I can teach or this concept only I know. This type of pride you should not take nowadays. Any other question? So tell stories, encouraging stories, tell case studies. There are many. Even I think recent Olympic Games, there is on WhatsApp group, there is one video which is very viral that somebody has, and I think it is a gold competition for gold medal, and two people are, I think it is a high jump, and for gold medal they are competing. Both scores were same. Both scores are same, and they wanted to declare gold medal. But one person got hurt. Right? Exactly same height they have crossed. Now the other person, but one person got hurt, so he cannot take another chance. But the other person has to take two chance. He goes to the judges and says, if I do not take another chance, can both of us get gold medal? Then judge discuss and they say, yes, you can get both. He says, then I don't want to take a chance. Otherwise, if he would have taken a chance and if he would have jumped even a half centimeter more than him, he would have got the gold medal. But he says, I don't want. I want to share with him. So this type of stories, and these are not stories. These are facts. It is happening. People are Great people are there around us. Yes, any other? Any other question? So before we break on the skills, I just want to add few more points. Number one, before solving a problem, you must understand the problem. Any problem you want to resolve, any issues you want to resolve, unless you understand, you cannot solve it. That skill you must develop. Logical thinking, rational thinking, holistic approach, logical thinking, rational thinking, holistic approach, looking from all angles is a must. You cannot look only from one angle. Long back, this Narmada Andolan, people opposed it. There were some groups in society who opposed it. Yes, to some extent, if you see, their thinking was proper, that poor people are affected, etc., etc. But in long thing, it was not proper. Opposing that building a dam was not proper. So problem is same. How you look at it, how you convince the people, that is very important. So you have to look from all angles. Problems have many solutions. Don't assume that every problem has unique solution. No. Therefore, see, when we evaluate a student in the examination, our attitude of a teacher is to find a fault. You want to find mistake and cut the marks. You don't want to donate the mark, give the marks. Our attitude should be to give the marks rather than to cut the marks. But our psychological attitude is to deduct the marks. When you are reading the answer, you are finding a mistake. You are not finding where student has done excellent. That has to be seen. This attitude has to be changed. Look from all angles. Problems have many solutions. So if he writes a different answer, appreciate it. Instead of, oh, you have not written what I have dictated in class. Many teachers are insisting, what I have dictated, you should write the same. No, why should he write same? He can have a different view. Some problems have no solutions also. Some problems have no solution. Have we experienced? Yes. Corona. 2 years back, we have experienced pandemic. No solution. All that vaccine, etc., was invented, etc., that is a different story. But there was no real solution, correct solution from that problem. People were only claiming we are correct, we are on the right path, etc. But that was not the solution. Okay, so these are some of the aspects: sympathy, empathy, sharing, caring, and since ours is a cooperative society, we depend on each other. Therefore, cooperation, learning through cooperation must be a very important skill. Both teachers should have and students should have. Ask them to learn together. If one student has not understood, let him learn from a student. Better student can teach him that concept. So this type of thing you must encourage. So if I think we will break it or have a small lunch break and we'll meet it again. Okay? Coordinator, is it okay? Coordinator, we are breaking now and we'll meet it afterwards. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, we are breaking. How much time we are breaking? 20 minutes for lunch.
Okay, yes, sir.
Okay? Huh? How much time?
Thank you.
15 minutes.
Huh?
15 to
Okay, exactly 12:45 will come. 12:45
Yes,
let us
yes,
take.
yes, sir. Yes,
okay,
Ah,
sir.
12:45.
yes.
कौन से वो सफेद वाले नहीं वो नहीं करो लाल भी है सब पर होगा तो बाद में टाइम
सर कागद का चला
इतना फोटो फोटो काढायचा हा मला वाटलं सहाय्य करायचं तिथं सगळे बडबड करायला येऊन आले काय कानात घातले ते बोला पण मला हे कानात हे काय करायला बोल लागते ना 5
आता बोलतो मी 3.1 चे म्हणजे आहे ना तुम्ही घेतलं तिथे ठेवून गेलतो ना इथं आहे तुमच्या कागदाच्या खाली ठेवलं
Meeting. Hello. Shall we start?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So,
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Now,
Good afternoon,
Good
sir.
afternoon, sir.
now the second topic of our lecture or discussion is on futuristic technology. Now, as you know, in the last 3-4 decades, the technology advancements, the speed with which we are observing it is really tremendous, unimaginable. But we have to also question ourselves that in future, after 2 decades, 3 decades, what are the problems we will be facing? And how to deal with these problems? What problems we will be facing and how to deal with this problem? Of course, before that, let us see that what are the important challenges of the future. One is climate changes. Our climate is changing in a very irrational manner, unpredictable manner. Somewhere you see drought is there, somewhere rains are not there, somewhere too many rains are there. There is no drinking water shortage is everywhere. It is there. Farmers are in trouble, and it is not a problem related to one country. These are the problems everywhere. And of course, in some countries they are severe, but in some countries they are tolerable because of their wealth, because of their good management. So, first is climate change. Another is infectious diseases. Lot of viral you are seeing everything. I mean, every day on TV you see this viral, that viral. You have not even heard the name of those virals. So these diseases are coming. Third challenge is armed conflict. Countries are fighting, states are fighting, communities are fighting. So there is a disturbed, peace is disturbed. Lot of misunderstanding, lot of diversity. Somebody is very rich, somebody is very poor, somebody is have everything, somebody is do not have anything. So this type of thing is there. Education, of course, we are taking a lot of steps. It is going thing, but are we really able to give quality education? Are we giving what is to be given in the name of education? What to teach, how to teach, how much to teach, when to teach? Are we able to address these important questions? What to teach, how to teach, when to teach, and how much to teach? These are very important aspects. I think in the first half of the sections, I have already proved that whatever we have taught is meaningless. Whatever we learned in our school, it was meaningless because we have not understood the depth behind it. I gave many examples. And therefore, that time we never thought that why are we learning this? But now if you think in a different angle, you understand the meaning of some of those concepts, that really they are useful. In fact, except teaching profession, most of the graduates do not use what they have learned at all in their life. Only if you go for teaching profession, because you are teaching the same subject. So whatever you have learned, you have to use it. or if you are doing PhD, then research you are doing, then you use the same concept, same studies, they are useful. But otherwise, whatever you have learned in your undergraduate or postgraduate, you never use in your life. In job, you are doing something else. Famous example is Chetan Bhagat. I think most of you know Chetan Bhagat. I think all of you know it. Three Idiots picture, I think most of you must have seen. It is based on his novel. Now this man is mechanical engineer. Chetan Bhagat is mechanical engineer. Then he did his MBA from a prestigious institute of Ahmedabad, IIM Ahmedabad. He worked in a commercial bank for 15-20 years. Good salary. He worked in a bank. Mechanical engineer, MBA, worked in a bank. And after working in that World Bank, commercial bank, foreign bank, for 15-20 years, earning money, at the age of maybe 35-40, he started writing novels. And one after the other, his novels got fame. A lot of books started selling, and I think most of the novels, pictures also came. He started writing script writing. Now he doesn't do anything. He doesn't do any job. He only writes in Times of India, Indian Express, Hindu. He writes articles on editorial pages. You can see articles by Chetan Bhagat. Mechanical engineer. Nothing to do with writing articles in a newspaper. Mechanical engineer. Nothing to do with write a picture. Script for a picture like Three Idiots, which everybody has enjoyed. So it becomes irrelevant, our education or whatever you have learned. In fact, they say that in future, you have to unlearn first. If you want to face the challenges of futuristic technology, first you have to unlearn. Next, you have to again learn, continuously learn, because technology is changing every 5 years, every year. In fact, in I think 1865, there was a law called as a Moose Law, around 1965. Yeah. So what was that thing? That law said that every year, the capacity of number of electronic component on a particular chip, you know that all components, your mobile phone, your all gadgets, television, fridge, microwave oven, everywhere there are chips now, electronic chips. So in some area, if you take 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter area, if in 1 year, if you are able to adjust 100 components, next year, after 18 months, this number will be doubled. It will be 200 on the same area, same chip. Like that, he said continuously after 18 months, the number of components can double. That was his law. As a result, this technology kept on changing every year because you were able to accommodate many functions on the same gadget. And basic famous example is your mobile phone itself. Imagine, earlier the phone was that small phone. I don't know whether you have seen it. It has become a museum piece now. That phone was only for listening. Only the advantage was you can take it in your pocket or a purse. Mobile. It was mobile. But it had no other functions. But today, you can write, you can see, you can send a text, you can send pictures, you can see a person with whom you are talking. Just now, we are having a meeting. I can send letters. I can get reply immediately. So, camera. Now, nobody uses camera. Nobody uses Xerox machine because you can save the message or a letter in your mobile itself. So, this was possible because of that gentleman Moore's effect. But now, last 2 years, that saturation has come. Now it is not possible because there is a limit. See, suppose you are traveling in a bus and bus capacity is 60. Okay, you can accommodate 80. With great difficulty, 100, 120. But you cannot accommodate 200. People will get suffocated. I think that's what you have experienced, that Delhi incident, what has happened. In the same classroom, the tuition incident in Delhi, what has happened. In a small classroom, they accommodate thousands of students, 500 students, investment of a apartment where there is no ventilation, there is no free air, there is no proper environment. Environment is not there. A lot of difficulties are there, and exits are not there. If there is a fire, you cannot move. So with so many difficulties, but we have crossed the limit, and that's why it has breakdown. It is called breakdown. So now, last 2020, that law has broken down. You cannot now add components, electronic components on the chip. Therefore, the semiconductor or electronic chip industry in the whole world is now in trouble. Another example is the technology is so much changing that one specialization has not, earlier it has nothing to do with another specialization. But now it has become more interdisciplinary, interdependent. I think most of you may be having scooter or a car. Earlier, this car or automobile was a subject of mechanical engineering. Car, four-wheeler car which you are using, that was the subject of mechanical engineering 20 years back. Today, in car, 80% is electronics and computers. Only 20% is that gadget, tires, etc. Only 20%. That's all. And because of this problem in chip industry, electronic chip industry, in Europe and America, I heard that if you want to buy a new car, waiting period now is 2 years. You see how change in technology is affecting your daily business. So these are the challenges. Now, power. Power is going to become a challenge. Electric power, because population is increasing. Number of apartments are increasing. Therefore, drainage problem, drinking water problem, electricity problem, all these problems, whatever, please mute it. Whatever problems which you are facing, they will keep on increasing. Technology is there, but it cannot help go beyond certain extent. Another problem is average age of a person was 50 years, few decades back. Normal age. You will see, if you see the living period of a person, it will be 50 years, 60 years at the most. But now, 80 years, 90 years. In Japan, there are many people who have crossed 100. So, old age problem is coming because of the advancement in medical technology. you are able to fight with diseases. Earlier, even with typhoid, people used to die. Flu, plague, people used to die. I think thousands of people died with plague, influenza, corona, of course, people died that time. So, but once, for example, after penicillin was invented, many insulins are invented. Lot of medical technology has changed. And now, eye operation, your cataract operation is done in absolutely exactly 2 minutes. After 2 minutes or 5 minutes, you can walk on and go home. Cataract operation. Can you imagine? Earlier, it used to take time. Then you have to do a lot of put goggle, etc., etc. Nothing. Now, in 2 minutes, it is over with that laser technology and other things they do. X-ray. If you go to the orthopedic, earlier to take an X-ray, he used to take at least 1 hour. Means he will take your X-ray, but that plate or that film, he will give only after developing it and give it after 1 hour or 2 years or in the evening. No, now it is directly, as soon as you take the X-ray, next 2 minutes it is available on your mobile phone. Nowadays they ask your mobile phone and all reports of that X-ray, etc., they show it on your, they send it to your mobile phone immediately. This is how things are changing. So, nowadays what is happening, that issues are becoming complex. Any problem you take in the society, it is a complex issue. You just, for example, what has happened in Bangladesh yesterday and day before yesterday, I think nobody could have imagined that such a havoc or such a emergency will come in that country in no time. So our social issues, economical issues, you see, suddenly in economics you will find share prices rising, share prices falling down. Many people are unable to predict why it is happening, how it is. Even politics has become so much uncertain that the news which you get, you cannot think of that news. You cannot think of that development, political development, but it is happening. So, in every field, issues are becoming more and more complex. And we are expecting simple solutions, economical solutions. So, challenge is here. Challenge for your graduate students who are coming out for jobs. The students whom you are teaching now, 20 years, 22 years, what is the challenge before that young man or young woman? Is to find simple economical solution for complex problems. Problem is complex, but solution is economic. Complex means they are non-linear. They are non-linear. It means, suppose population in 2020 was something. World population or national population in 2020 was something. What it will be in 2030, there are of course some statistical ways. You can write some algorithm, you can do some calculation and approximately predict the population in 2030. But these issues which are determining the growth of a population are so complex that there is a possibility that your prediction will go wrong. Yes, it will go wrong. And it is not true with only population. It is true with even human relationship. Your human relationship. See, you get married. Everything is fine when you get married. But See what happens after 2 years or 4 years or 5 years. You cannot predict that those people, that couple who were in love, how they are fighting for nonsense issues. So every aspect of life has become so complex, so complicated that everybody is rigid. Even electronic systems are rigid, inflexible, they are strongly interrelated. Remember, when in a technology, what is technology? Technology is some system. It is many things connected together, and these connections are independent. Suppose I connect one thing to the another, then function of this depends on this. Is it not? So, when I'm writing message and sending, whether the accuracy of the message depends on my concentration of writing a message. Whether I'm making spelling mistake, whether I'm making grammatical mistakes, it all depends on me. So it is interdependency is also there. Then, but we are able to correlate the things. It is not that suppose one thing fails, everything will fail. No. Technology has to take care that even some part fails, some other thing works. Therefore, you must have seen in your big plants, etc. Even if there is a failure somewhere, is not that whole plant is closed. I mean, sometimes it may happen if this issue is very serious. Then it happens that whole thing gets affected. But you can always find a fault or localized a fault at particular place, correct it and do it. See, earlier when something goes wrong, see, some of you must have seen your radio, transistor, tape recorder, or TV. If something goes wrong, they used to change a component, small thing they used to change. Nowadays, no, he changes the whole chip, whole what you call it, gadget, that portion. He changes. Or sometimes he will say, no, you have to change the TV. That's all. And that's why even your laptop, sometimes they can change some small component, some small card, printed card, etc. But otherwise, you will say, system is down, throw it. Therefore, this throwing business has become a big headache. Anything you don't want, throw it. So, electronic kachra. You have waste, electronic waste. Earlier, you are only taking solid waste, liquid waste, etc. But now, electronic waste has become a very big problem. People, you use one model, new model comes, you throw this model, give it to somebody. Or generally, it is thrown. In America, etc., they throw it. Here, we may give it to some poor people or some student or something. But otherwise, they throw it. They don't use it. Now, not only technology. Who is using this technology? Human is using. Man is using. And human himself is complex. Human. It is not only where it is thinking. There are three aspects, In skill, when we were talking about skills, there are three aspects: head, heart, and hand. 3H: head, heart, hand. Hand is for working. Head, logical thinking. Heart, emotional feelings. Smile, related to heart. Love, related to heart. Crying, related to heart. Emotions, heart. All studies, inventions, head. Brain is there. Then production, technology production, hand. Unless you use your hand, you cannot produce. You have to work with machine, hand. So, head, heart, hand. These all have to be correlated. They are not independent. Signals go from your heart to hand. Heart to head. Signals go from heart to head, from head to your hand. Then you act. Is it not? That is way. So, and this system is also very complex. Body itself is a very complex. It is adjustable. I'm telling you, if somebody gets a paralytic attack, our body is such, he may not be able to speak, but he can communicate by signals. He can communicate, maybe his legs are paralyzed, but hands are okay. He can even signal with eyes or with his lips. So God has also given this compensatory mechanism in our body itself. So, okay, this is there. And please remember, future is always dealing with complex issues. Whether war between two countries, whether the economic stability of the country, whether poverty of the country, whether the issues related to fuel, power, electricity, water, those issues, health issues, whatever you talk, good education, good human relationships, these are all complex issues. Another thing, basic principle, small cause can produce big effect. Very important in society. Small cause can produce big effect, and that you are seeing every day on news channels. Somewhere something happens, cause is very irrelevant, small, somewhere. One person has written some comment somewhere, but effect is large. Effect is large. Same, I mean, maybe Bangladesh, we don't know how it all started, right? Cause may be small, but see, whole country is in doldrums. Whole country is in doldrums. So small cause has big effect. Now what is happening? Time and space would cease to be barriers for communication. Time and space, these are very important. What we are changes? We are thinking, we talk, we act. And this action, our talking, our behavior is also related with the complex issue around us, society. See, I am not independent. I am governed by what is happening around me. Something could have interrupted my lecture. Some technical problems could interrupt my lecture suddenly. I am not able to handle one control on my gadget, and maybe I will lose video communication. I can lose audio communication. That can happen. So these aspects also you have to. Everything is not goody-goody in technology. Remember, even if you take a thing like artificial intelligence, now people are talking robotics, artificial intelligence. Yes, advantages are there, but disadvantages are many. Many. Number one thing is, because of this technology, because of the social media, because of these gadgets, your privacy is lost. Your privacy is lost. Earlier, if Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University invited me for a lecture, I could have gone there by train or by flight, give my lecture, come back. Only few people will know that I have given lecture at Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University. But today, the fact that I am giving this lecture to you I am talking to you is known to the whole world. Not only you participants or the coordinator or that officials of that center. No, everybody knows because it is viral. Lecture is viral. So this is also very important. People say my computer is hacked, my mobile is hacked, my bank account is hacked. Let me tell you, because of artificial intelligence, because of this media, you are hacked. You are hacked. Social media knows you better than you know yourself. You are liking, you are disliking are known to Facebook or YouTube more than your wife or your husband. What songs you like, which lectures you like, which videos you are looking into, that is known to YouTube more than you know yourself. So you are hacked. Privacy is lost. There is nothing private now. So these are the issues. And all these technological developments are non-linear. What is the meaning of non-linear? Earlier, if I know something in 2010, I could predict what is happening in 20 because of linearity. I know graph, it is changing like this, therefore it is happening. Now, that graph is not linear. It doesn't follow any formula. It doesn't follow any rule. And therefore, this non-linear behavior of the system is also creating a lot of problems. So, and there are sometimes there is an urgent need to solve the problem. Some problems can wait. There is no urgency, but some problems are emergency. Corona was emergency problem. Any pandemic comes, it is an emergency problem. Suppose there is an examination at 10 o'clock. There is an examination at 10 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, Vice Chancellor gets a message that paper is leaked. Somebody sends a message to him on his mobile that paper is leaked. Now it is emergency. He has to take a decision. He and controller of examination or director of evaluation, pro vice chancellor, whosoever it is, they have only half an hour at their disposal to take a decision. So such emergency can come, and in this case, technology is of a great help. Earlier, it was question papers were printed. Printed boxes were used to go. So therefore, suppose somewhere the paper is leaked, you have to cancel that paper. Now that is not the case. Even if the paper is leaked 1 hour before, I can change the whole question paper immediately. If provided, of course, I have some question bank or I have 2-3 sets ready, and generally those things are there. So I can change the question paper and exam can go at 1 o'clock. This is the advantage of technology. You are able to value the question papers or answer scripts online. Of course, whether it is advantage, disadvantage, merits, demerits, etc., you think different. But you also have to learn new technology. I had to learn. I didn't know how to how to join the link, Google, how to have talk in Google Meet, how to have a talk in Zoom. All this teaching I had to learn. So it is all because of technology totally changed. I tell you, I'll give one of my experience. I write. As you know, it has been told that I write a lot of things articles in newspaper, magazines, Diwali issues, etc. Before Corona, I used to write by hand and send it by post or courier. During Corona, everybody stopped. They are not, because of course going out was not possible. So communication is by hand, by post, by courier is impossible. So suppose you want to publish your article in newspaper, the only alternative was type it on computer, send by email. I was not good at it, but I learned during this process how to type on computer, how to send it, how to make an attachment, how to send it, etc. Now I learned it. Now there is no problem. I never go to post office. I never go to courier. Everything is not only that. The advantage is so much that I write an article on, rather type an article on Friday, right? Correct it, send it on Saturday, and it gets published on Sunday morning. Sunday morning issue, it is published. This is technology. This is how it is changing. Earlier, when you used to go for picnic, etc., we used to carry a camera, camera reel, black and white, then color reels, costly reels for taking photograph, then send those reels for developing. Now nothing. Albums, we used to have albums in your house. You must have album. Now concept of album has gone. Concept of camera has gone. You see, development in technology has changed the market. Post office sale has decreased. Earlier, people used to wait for letters. Some letter has come from relative. After 8 days, 10 days, etc. Nobody now waits. That poor postman is now of no value. I used to wait. There was a time when I used to wait for postman. Now I don't wait. Nothing comes. Everything is on by email. All communications are by. Yeah. In fact, today's lecture was arranged 2 days back. 2 days back, the coordinator called me. Sir, are you available on this date? Can we arrange your lecture? Earlier, they send a letter, etc. Then you get a reply or not, etc. I will give you an example of our own education field. When we were doing PhD in IIT, and we wanted to send, for PhD thesis, you have to send papers for publication. In our case, it is all USA and UK. All our good journals, publication, they are all in USA and UK. In those days, I am talking about 70s and 80s, 75, 74, 74, 75 to 80, that period. If I write a paper, I had to get it typed on a typewriter. The computers were not available. Typewriter. Make 3 copies with carbon paper. There used to be a thing. You don't know what is a carbon paper now. There used to be a thing called as a carbon paper. Keep it between things. Then if you type it 1 page, it gets transmitted to 2nd page and 3rd page. At the most 3 copies you can make with carbon paper. They send those 3 copies by sea mail. Air mail was very costly. Sea mail you have to send paper. It takes 1 month to reach to the editor of the journal. Then he sends it to 3 reviewers in our field, engineering. Very difficult. 3 reviewers. Their comments have to come. They come to editor. Then he sends to us. 4 or 5 months it will take to review. Then they will ask correction. You correct it. Again send it. One paper used to take 9 months to 1 year to get published. 9 months to 1 year. And that's what PhD used to get delayed, because our guide will never agree unless you publish 3 papers in standard international. It is not like today, whether you publish or not, or now all corruption has started. Any hopeless journal, you get it published. Nobody knows whether it is correct or not. Nobody knows whether it is scientific or not. Nobody knows its usefulness to society. You get it published, that's all. It was not like that. Even PhD examination, thesis, same process. You have to send this thick thesis. IIT used to send it to United States, not in India. Now things have changed. They send it only in our country. But our time, our thesis has gone only abroad. All examiners were from abroad. So imagine that thesis examination branch will send it by post to United States, UK, or Japan. That fellow will examine, send the report. It used to take 6 months to 1 year just for reports. Now, by email attachment, thesis is sent. By email attachment, report comes. See how much saving and time is there. Now, question is, technology has saved the time. Do you know what is the question? What are you doing with this time? Time is saved now. What are you doing with this time? For example, earlier, people used to travel to go to office. 1 hour going, 1 hour coming. A place like Mumbai, Pune, office distance, Bangalore. 1 hour going, 1 hour coming. Now, work from home. Work from home. So, 1 hour going, 1 hour coming, time has saved. 2 hours saved. What person is doing with these 2 hours? This is the problem. This is the question. Is it being utilized efficiently or not? That is the question. So, technology has definitely advantages, but it has certain questions, issues. Now people are talking about artificial intelligence. Number 1, artificial intelligence can do everything. Do you know most danger thing is, earlier, what is the difference between earlier technology and today's technology? That is AI and earlier tech. For example, when printing machine was invented, we used to publish books, textbooks, novels, poetry, etc. But printing machine will print only what is written by human being. Printing machine will not create a novel. Now, the technology called AI can create a novel. You don't have to, author doesn't have to write a novel. AI can write a novel. This is the difference. Earlier, scientists invented atom bomb, nuclear bomb, they invented. But missile, they invented. But which location this bomb has to go, or which location the missile has to hit, was decided by us, human being. With AI, new algorithm, AI will not ask you where to put a bomb. AI will decide. This is dangerous. Danger lies there. AI will decide where to put a bomb. It may not put a bomb or where it is required, but it can put at a wrong place, leading to a lot of destruction which was not thought of. This is the danger. Another danger is driverless car. Yes, driverless car will come. It will be more safe. Yes, it will be more safe, I can tell you. Because you can commit mistake as a human being. You are seeing that another person is only 10 feet. Still you are moving with a fast speed. AI will not do that. AI knows that it has to keep always so much distance between the two cars. So that way, mistakes committed by AI will be less. But there is another aspect. Suppose there is a school nearby, and suddenly when car is moving, the school has finished, and a lot of students are coming. Now, if AI is not trained about that school business, then there is a possibility that accident will happen. As a human being, you can take decisions immediately. That will not happen. Similarly, in case of a doctor also, a doctor, when he opens your stomach or a heart, he can take some instantaneous decisions depending on the situation. But AI can take decisions depending on what has been taught, what has been programmed, or what he can program on its own. Yes, AI can program on its own. It will not ask instruction from you. And therefore, the surgery which is done using AI can sometimes be successful, sometimes may not be successful. Another example of a driverless car is, suppose the accident takes place with a driverless car. Now there is a legal issue. Who is to be taken to the police station? There is no driver. Will you charge to the company? Car company will say, it is only car I have produced. That algorithm or a program I have not written. Will you charge that person who has written the algorithm? He says, I have written the algorithm correctly. There is nothing wrong with me. It's not this. So, lot of legal issues are going to come. But anyway, there are advantages also. Time saving is there. Money saving will be there. Ease is there. Nowadays, see, for shopping, I don't have to go out. I want to buy a shirt. Choices are available. It comes. Not only that, if you don't like, return. You return also. So, for old people, for busy people, you need not go for shopping, marketing. Everything is available at your doorstep. So, both way, this futuristic technology, and also what is happening that what is happening that because of technology, both good issues are there, bad issues. So you have to have a proper balance. In education, you can use it. As I've given an example, PowerPoint presentation, showing videos. Somebody is biology teacher, drawing complicated figures of body, etc. Difficult. Now you can show videos on screen. While teaching a poetry in Marathi, I can tell them some poetry of another poets also. They can compare how this poem is related to one Hindi poem. Suppose I'm teaching a poetry in Marathi, I can give another poem by Harivansh Rai Bachchan or somebody else. He can compare. Or suppose we are teaching ghazal, shairi in Urdu. He can compare different things. You can show it by video, audio. etc. Suppose you are having a department of drama. You can see old movies, old dramas, old actors. It was not possible earlier. So these are the both advantages, disadvantages of the technology. How you use it to increase your efficiency, to convey your message properly. It is in your hand. Okay. So I think we have 15 minutes left. I will take questions and answers on both topics. That is first half, second half. But don't forget that at the end of lecture, you have to set 2 questions, multiple choice on my lecture, and give answers to those questions, correct answer, correct choice, and send it by email to the coordinator within half an hour. And they will collect all this and again send it back to you. You will get more questions now to answer, and those you can answer and again give back to coordinator. That will have a very good learning session. How much you have grasped, how much you have learned, that will be a good indicator of that. So now it is all open to discussion, questions and answers. Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
Sir, actually, in the classroom, what the problem we are facing, that the lots of students are collecting the information from the Google Baba. Okay. They have lots of misinformation. We are facing the problem in classroom because they are arguing that, sir, this is right and it's mentioned in the Google. Encounter this kinds of problems, sir, in education.
No, your audio was not clear. Repeat.
Hello.
Repeat.
Good afternoon. Actually, what's the problem we are facing in our classroom? Actually, lots of students collect the information of any topic from the internet, from the Google.
Okay.
So they collect the information, and when we when we are teaching in the classroom, that at that time they justified that what they have collected or the information they get from the internet are right. When we are showing him reference book, then they are saying, no sir, this is not true. The Google is saying that is true. So my question is, sir, in the Google Baba internet, lots of misinformation according to any topic. So how we can tackle this kinds of problems, sir?
No, see, for all these things, misinformation, etc., fact checks are available. Number 1. So you must ask or you must train the students that before they use any information, they must fact check it. Whether it is correct or not, they must have a fact checking. Okay. Suppose I want to find out a particular shairi, who has written it. Whether Shair Ludhianvi has written or Majru Sultanpuri has written or Ghalib has written. Now, sometimes it may happen that yes, it gives a wrong information. So it is my duty, my responsibility to ask people to verify it, cross verification as it is called, to get it done. So you only tell the students that please get every information cross-checked from some other source. Then you can have debate in class. Then in class you can have a debate whether teacher is correct or Google is correct or student is correct. Right? You can have a debate. And that debate will be healthy. Nothing wrong in that debate. In fact, that debate should be encouraged. Okay? But Before that, student himself should fact check it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Next. You should not be silent. Silent spectator, silent students are dangerous.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
In our college, particularly in the psychology departments, after teaching any disorder, particularly schizophrenia, dementia, or a split personality, me and my head, Dr. Mahadan, sir, particularly insist to the student to watch films related to that disorder. We, as a department, we insist them to watch a film that related to the disorder, and it also give. And after the 2 to 3 days, we will discuss on it, and it is very effective way.
Good, good. That's good. The example should be given. I mean, you are giving C film, or you can even tell novels also. You
Yes,
know,
sir.
because it is not only related with films. It is some stories also. Some story psychology. There are very stories, novels based on these issues, or case studies by doctors.
Okay.
I tell you, just because you are in psychology, there is a very famous doctor, Salman Akhtar. Have you heard his name?
Yes, sir.
In fact, he is a younger brother of Javed Akhtar.
Yes, sir.
You see his lectures on YouTube.
Okay, sir.
They are very good on psychology. Yesterday itself, I was seeing one thing. You know, he was telling the difference between freedom, faith, and something third was some other point I forgot. So, and he says how some symbols are related with this. Faith, religion, and what did I say? Some confidence or something like that. So how these things are related with some symbols. So very good lecture by Salman Akhtar. He's a psychologist. He's a psychologist counselor. Very good counselor. Next.
One more question, sir. It's personal. How do you manage from your side? You are interested in the science. You are also jot down very good Marathi article in the Divya Marathi, and as far as you have too much administrative skills, and means and you are very expertise in the also spirituality or Indian culture. Then how do you which what you say event or personality influence that cover all the such type of resource of knowledge in your personality?
Teachers.
Okay, sir.
Teachers. Very good teachers I got, especially at IIT. I gave an example, that person, my teacher's teacher, who never called us in his room. Right? He came to our room. See the age difference. It must be at least 25 years. He must be older. But I'm telling you, the reason that I am able to give 3 hours lecture at the age of 75 is because of him. Because he was working when he was 93.
Wow.
He used to go to office. One alumni gave 3 crores rupees to IIT so that this person's office is created and he is given all facilities till his death. Can you imagine? That example is in front of me. He taught me. I mean, he means, and situations like him, colleagues, friends, relatives, your son or daughters teach you.
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you, my son is my teacher. where the fact is I taught him. He was my student in electronics engineering. But one day, when I was explaining one problem and from textbook, he did not say anything in the class, but after coming home, he told me that you have taken 2 pages for derivation. I have solved it in 3 steps. That was a big lesson for me. So you learn from anybody. Your youngers, even now I am learning from my granddaughters. Now things have changed. Things have changed. I am not joking. My granddaughters are teaching me. They know the use of English words properly, which words to use, how to use. This was not taught to me. So learning can be from anybody. My 12 years granddaughter is teaching now. Okay, next. Next question. You should have a lot of discussion. I don't expect that whatever I have said you accept. We expect different point of view. You should look it from different angle, not from my angle. Yes.
Sir ji, I am Professor Dr. Ravi Chapke.
Yes.
Especially from Pusa, the Yatmal district.
Yes, tell me.
Actually, in a real sense, you hypnotized the listeners because you have extraordinary personality and versatile brain. So it's my request, please give us your mobile number, sir.
That you
Your
can
mobile
collect,
number, sir.
You can collect from coordinator.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
765 9084 555.
765 9084 555.
555.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Right. But you have to ask question. You cannot escape. You have to ask question.
Yeah.
Ask something. Or express yourself. At least you can have a different view. Which subject you are teaching?
Sir, I used to teach English literature, sir.
Then what experiments you are doing in teaching English?
Now we are using some many modern technology, PPT presentation, etc.
That is different. Suppose you are teaching English poetry.
Yeah. I especially used to use comparative teaching, sir. I know English, Marathi, Hindi, and Urdu, sir. I used to take comparative literature.
Now tell me one thing. Since you are a man of literature.
Yeah.
Have you heard a poem or song? Or there is a Bhavgit as it is called.
Yes.
Eka tayat hoti badake pile surekha.
Yes, sir, I heard.
Eka tayat hoti badake pile surekha.
Yes.
Why? Who is the poet? Gadi Madgulkar is the poet.
Gadi Madgulkar. Yes, sir.
But remember, this is not his original poem. You can find out that this poem is based on an English poem.
Acha.
So now I give you an exercise. You find out that you note down this poet and you find out from which English poet or poem this is. Now, and not only that, you will find it looks like a simple Bhavgit.
Okay, sir.
That in one lake, some ducks were there. म्हणजे एका तळ्यात अनेक बदकं होती, राईट? त्याच्यात एक पिल्लू होतं, ते नेहमी उदास राहायचं. बाकीच्यांकडे पाहून त्याला वाटतं की बाकीचे सगळे सुंदर आहेत, आपणच असे कुरूप का आहोत, कळलं का? आणि त्याला राहायचं आणि मग शेवटच्या कडव्यात येतं. म्हणजे ती एक स्टोरी आहे.
ओके
3
ओके
कडव्यात सांगितलेली एक पूर्ण
एक
स्टोरी
story
आहे
आहे.
ती.
ओके
म्हणजे इमॅजिन त्या कवीचं केवढं मोठं असतं की तो 3 कडव्यात 6
ओके
ओळीत
ओके
तुम्हाला एक कथा सांगतोय,
अच्छा
राईट. आणि तर तुम्ही ती कथा आणि तो म्हणतो त्याला वाटायचं की आपण कुरूप आहो, आपण कुरूप आहो. मग शेवटी तो पाण्यात आपला चेहरा पाहतो आणि मग त्याला कळतं की आपण बदक नाही,
हा
आपण
हा
राजहंस आहोत.
क्या बात आहे. ओके इट्स
हा
फाईन.
त्याचे तर त्या कळाले तो राजहंस आहे पाण्यात पाहताना असं आहे त्याचं.
अच्छा अच्छा
त्याला त्याचं रूप दिसलं आणि मग त्याला कळलं की अरे आपण कशाला फालतू आपलं हे करतोय, आपण बदक नाही आहे, आपण राजहंस आहे.
ओके सर फाईन इट्स फाईन सर.
आता ही कविता नॉर्मल वाचली तर तुम्हाला एखादी स्टोरी वाचेल,
हा
पण
हा
खोलात जाऊन जर तुम्ही विचार केला तर समाजातली जी विषमता आहे,
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा
काळा पांढरा,
हा हा
जातीचा प्रश्न,
जातीचा प्रश्न,
समाजातली विभिन्नता, त्याच्यावर ते
विभिन्नता.
भाष्य आहे.
अरे
हे
बरोबर
कोणाला माहिती नाही आहे. लोक
बरोबर
त्या दृष्टीने
हो.
आपण नुसतं भावगीत म्हणून ते ऐकलेलं आहे, पण ते
अगदी
नुसतं
बरोबर
भावगीत नाही आहे.
अगदी
त्याच्यातून
खरे
त्यांनी
खरे
समाजावर भाष्य केलेलं आहे की तुम्ही
बरोबर
स्वतःला कमी लेखू नका,
ओके सर हा हा
स्वतःला कुरूप समजू नका,
येस
स्वतःला
येस
दुर्बल समजू नका.
येस येस येस
त्यात मोठी शक्ती आहे, तुमच्यात मोठं
हा
सामर्थ्य आहे, तुम्ही काहीही
डेफिनेट
करू शकता. हे त्या
येस
छोट्याशा गीताचं सार आहे. हे कोणी असं शिकवतच नाही.
डेफिनेटली
इतक्या खोलात जाऊन शिकवायला पाहिजे,
शिकवायला पाहिजे
शोध
शिकवायला
घ्यायला
पाहिजे
पाहिजे. हा
अगदी
तुम्ही
बरोबर
शोधा. कोणती इंग्रजी कविता आता मला आठवत नाही, पण एक इंग्रजी कविता आहे.
अच्छा अच्छा ओके
रॉबर्ट फास्टची एक कविता आहे, फार सुंदर कविता आहे रॉबर्ट फास्टची. तो म्हणतो
स्टॉपिंग
तुमच्या समोर जर 4 रस्ते असतील,
स्टॉपिंग बाय द वुड्स.
हा तुमच्या समोर 4 रस्ते असतील आणि तुम्हाला कळत नसेल कुठे जावं, सगळे एकाच रस्त्यात.
रोड नॉट टेकन
रोड नॉट टेकन. यस, किती सुंदर कविता आहे. रोड
सुंदर
नॉट
आहे
टेकन,
रोड नॉट
सुंदर
टेकन
कविता. यस,
डेफिनेटली
ओके,
थँक्यू
Who is for vote of thanks?
नमस्कार सर.
या
हेलो हाँ सर हाँ सर जी मैं एक क्वेश्चन डिस्कस करना चाह रहा हूँ. मैं प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर रोकडे, डॉक्टर बाबासाहेब आंबेडकर मराठवाडा युनिव्हर्सिटी. आताच आपण जे विवेचन केलं सर, मी एक सद्यस्थितीमध्ये आपल्याकडे आता एक पायंडा आणि सर्व सामाजिक स्थितीचा जर आपण विचार केला तर जातीमध्ये आपलं जास्तीत जास्त मागासलेपण सिद्ध करण्याचं प्रत्येक जण, प्रत्येक जात, प्रत्येक माणूस शिक्षित असेल, उच्च शिक्षित असेल, तो प्रयत्न करतोय. तर आजच्या या सामाजिक स्थितीवर आपण काय भाष्य कराल सर?
तो ह्या लेक्चरचा विषय नसल्यामुळे मी बोलू शकत नाही. आपण लेक्चर ज्या विषय आहे त्या विषयावर बोलायचं. नॉट इट हॅज नथिंग टू डू विथ अवर टॉक. कोऑर्डिनेटर.
Vote of thanks. Roll number 10.
Roll number 10, you are there?
Roll number 10.
सर रोल नंबर 12.
12 नाही, 10 आहे सर. 10. Vote of thanks.
Okay, 12 you can give, no problem.
ओके सर. आज आपल्याला रिसोर्स पर्सन म्हणून लाभलेले डॉक्टर विजय पंढरीपांडे सरांनी अतिशय सुंदर असं व्याख्यान आपल्या समोर आज या ठिकाणी सादर केलं. स्किल डेव्हलपमेंट आणि फ्युचरिस्टिक टेक्नॉलॉजी या संदर्भामध्ये सरांनी परंपरागत शिक्षण पद्धती आणि याबरोबरच आधुनिक अशी शिक्षण पद्धती या दोघांचा योग्य असा ताळमेळ आपण आपल्या या नवीन एज्युकेशन पॉलिसीमध्ये कशा त्याचा वापर करायचा या संदर्भामध्ये मार्गदर्शन केलं. सरांनी ज्यावेळेस सुरुवात केली तर कौशल्य काय आहे या संदर्भामध्ये सरांनी सुंदर असे मुद्दे या ठिकाणी आपल्या समोर मांडले, ज्यामध्ये छोटे छोटे परंतु बारकाईने एक बारीक ऑब्झर्वेशन सरांचं होतं, ज्यामध्ये हँड रायटिंग असेल, बॉडी लँग्वेज असेल, आपलं स्वतःचं प्रोनाऊन्सिएशन असेल किंवा मग अनेक प्रकारचे एक्झाम्पल जे आपण विद्यार्थ्यांसमोर कशा पद्धतीने मांडायचे की आपलं टीचिंग इम्पॅक्टफुल राहील, प्रभावशाली राहील, असे अनेक उदाहरणं सरांनी आपल्या या लेक्चर मधून आपल्या समोर सादर केले. फक्त स्किल असून चालणार नाही, तर त्याचा इम्पॅक्ट विद्यार्थ्यांवर कशा पद्धतीने असेल आणि त्याचं फीडबॅक कशा पद्धतीने विद्यार्थी आपल्याला देतात याचं एक चांगलं उदाहरण सरांनी आपल्या या समोर दिलेलं आहे. या संदर्भात सरांनी अनेक असे उदाहरणं आपल्या समोर दिले. ज्या वेळेस विद्यार्थ्यांसमोर आपलं लेक्चर सुरू असतं तर ते लेक्चर फक्त एकतर्फी न राहता तर ते आपलं ग्रुप डिस्कशन असलं पाहिजे. अनेक प्रकारचे प्रश्न उत्तर आपल्या लेक्चरमध्ये असले पाहिजे की ज्यामुळे आपल्या लेक्चरला जिवंतपणा त्या ठिकाणी लाभेल. आणि सरांनी एक चांगलं सांगितलं की जर आपलं स्किल जर चांगलं त्या ठिकाणी प्रभावशाली जर असेल तर सुट्टीच्या दिवशी देखील आपण मुलांना जर बोलवलं तर उपस्थिती सुद्धा खूप मोठ्या प्रमाणामध्ये त्या ठिकाणी राहील. म्हणजे नवीन एज्युकेशन पॉलिसीचा जो काही उद्देश होता तो उद्देश सरांच्या व्याख्यानातून या ठिकाणी सफल होताना नक्कीच मला जाणवला. फ्युचरिस्टिक टेक्नॉलॉजीच्या संदर्भामध्ये सरांनी अनेक उदाहरणे या ठिकाणी दिले. युट्यूबचं उदाहरण दिलं, गुगलचं उदाहरण दिलं, पीपीटीचं उदाहरण दिलं. अशी अनेक टूल्स आपल्या समोर या ठिकाणी असताना त्या साधनांचा वापर आपण कशा पद्धतीने करायचा आणि त्याचा इम्पॅक्ट विद्यार्थ्यांवर कशा पद्धतीने होईल असा एक योग्य ताळमेळ सरांच्या व्याख्यानातून या ठिकाणी मला जाणवलं. सर, आपण आम्हाला खरोखर या नवीन एज्युकेशन पॉलिसीच्या संदर्भामध्ये स्किल डेव्हलपमेंट आणि फ्युचरिस्टिक टेक्नॉलॉजीचा वापर आपण आपल्या टीचिंग मध्ये कशा पद्धतीने करायचं हे चांगल्या पद्धतीने समजून सांगितलं. त्याबद्दल मी आमच्या आयोजकांच्या वतीने आणि आमच्या सगळ्या पार्टिसिपेंटच्या वतीने आपलं मनापासून या ठिकाणी आभार व्यक्त करतो. धन्यवाद.
धन्यवाद.
Thank you. All participants are requested to join sharp at 3:45 p.m. 2:45 सभी ज्वाइन हो जाइए.
राफे सर
जी.
पांढरीपांडे सरांनी 2 क्वेश्चन सेंड करायला सांगितले. तो मेल आयडी देता का? 2 MCQ म्हणजे सर म्हटले होते की 2 MCQ द्या म्हणून प्रत्येकाने विदिन हाफ एन आवर.
हाँ मैं भेजता हूँ.
चालेल, ठीक.